Enoch. I believe he's a pretty prominent Tekken player. Like, people know the name. I don't know if he's very good or anything, but I've heard the name enough to know who he is. And that's why this has so many views, like a decent amount, is because, I mean, people know who he is. Enoch says, Tekken needs rank decay. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what rank decay is, if you only play fighting games, really, and most fighting games don't have this, rank decay means if you... Every season, they lower your rank. Every single season, right? Street Fighter 6 has a form of this only for Master Rank. For Master Rank, every season, you are reset back to 1500 MR, right? If you are below that, you go back up to 1500. If you are above that, you go back up to 1500. And the goal is to race up to Legend rank and to race up to #1 rank. So you can get like a cool little banner that says like Street Fighter 6 season whatever, #1 rank. Street Fighter 6 number 2 rank whatever season, and then like Legend finalist whatever season. Those are like the things you get for it. Not really the greatest rewards, if you ask me. Enoch here says Tekken 8 needs rank decay and doesn't explain why. Really confusing. I think rank decay really only works well in games if you have a good reward system for it. That's the first thing. First things first, if a game has good ranked rewards, I think Tekken 8, I think ranks could reset, right? If there's good enough rewards that make people, incentivize people to continue playing and wanting to grind for that high rank or whatever rank that they like to sit at. And I think that it would only be feasible given doing it at a certain level, right? I think if you reset ranks at all levels, it would probably piss people off unless they had some way to get your rank back every season in placements. I think if everyone started all the way back at there's levels to it, basically. If you've never played before and you start at beginner and you make it up to like red or purple rank, and then the season starts and you're back at beginner, that's got to be pretty disheartening. If there was placement matches, then I think that would be less of an issue. I think people would probably be less upset about the idea of ranked resetting, and if the placement matches happened every season, right? Like, not just the first time you play. Now, the first time you play each season, you have your rank reset, but you have placement matches to determine where you can go. Maybe the highest it'll put you at is like Bushin or something, so that you can make it up to the gold ranks. The other option is you make it so that anyone above a specific rank gets their rank reset. Maybe everyone resets back to Tekken King every season, right? So that you are in the first gold rank, the first rank where people are like, yeah, like you're pretty good at Tekken, like you're solid at Tekken, you're among the best in the world, even if you're still like slightly casual. Tekken King, pretty good. Like, it's hard to argue that if you're Tekken King that you're not good at Tekken. It's hard to argue that. So resetting at the beginning of gold rank every season might be something that people like, but once again, especially because we're in this like post microtransaction and live service gaming world, you'd probably want to make sure that there's good rewards for that, right? You don't want people to feel as if they're being reset to Tekken King and have to continue to grind ranks every season, even if they're not getting anything for it. You want to make sure that the rewards are worth the effort. Otherwise, you're going to see a lot of people just sitting at Tekken King and never going above that because they don't really care. Because what's the point of me climbing back on ranked and getting on and having to sweat my butt off and play against the best players in the world all over again if the rewards fucking suck? We can look at some of the changes. Some of the things people say here. Someone said Tekken needs ranked reset every season. Reset everyone above Bushin to Garyu. Reset everyone above Garyu to up the Kishin to Strategist. Those are really far down. Insane. What is the rewards for doing that? Like, is there a good reason for that? What do you get? Is that a good thing? Let's see. I'd rather not come home after a long day of work, hop on Tekken and it's fucking Shadow or Glack doing a speed run to Tekken God of Destruction, man. Yeah. Well, when you're trying in Tekken God Supreme to get Tekken God Destruction, you run into them anyway. I casually ran into Anakin yesterday. I don't think that's a good excuse, because you're not saying there's any reward for it. Someone said this would be fire beyond Bushin. I kind of agree there. I think if you did it for Tekken King, but you had good enough rewards, that would be cool. Rank decay is absolutely insane in this game. Yeah, I don't really like the idea of rank decay in most fighting games. Like, if I'm honest, I'm glad I don't decay out of master rank. I got master. I could go shoot for legend like I want to, and then, you know, not touch the game, at least not ranked ever again. If I really don't want to. I mean, I also have the option to at some point say fuck it, get back in and try to grind for legend rank at the beginning of a season or something. Zen says, if this happens, I'm turning into an eternal beginner. Yeah, some people don't like ranked reset. I'm not a big fan of ranked reset without big rewards for it. And especially every season, fighting games are really hard. I don't think fighting games are the kind of game that you don't get the points fast enough. They'd have to like lax up the points. You don't get the points fast enough for ranked resetting to be good. I think the only game where ranked resetting kind of makes sense is everyone gets pushed out of floor 10 in Guilty Gear Strive. I don't think it's the best, but they get pushed out of Celestial back into floor 10, and you just gotta like win a few games in floor 10 and win your Celestial placement matches, and boom, you're back in Celestial. It's not the best way to look at it because Celestial is a cesspool of the most lucky floor 10 player all the way to the best player in the world, so it's a huge chasm of skill, but it's still probably a better system than just generically resetting everyone. I think resetting the top end is fine, if that's what you're worried about, right? If you're like a good player and you want rank decay, it's probably because you don't want people who are good just sitting in a rank and then never playing ranked again. But that's what some people do. As we see here, absolutely not, I agree here. As we see here, Javen says, no, I just want to AFK at my pink and never touch rank again, please. Yeah, me too. Like, if I make it to, like, second god, you think I'm going to keep going? Fuck no, I'm going to be like, look, I made it second god, that's pretty good, man, and I'm just going to never play ranked ever again. Fuck that. Fuck no, hell no, stop. Yeah. No, the fuck it does not. Tekken 8 with a real rank system would go so hard. Yeah, I don't think that's part of this. But, like, these are interesting. Yeah, because I don't think this is a retort to this, right? Yeah, this isn't a retort to this. Everything after this stops being a retort to it. So, like, yeah, there's probably some issues, some big issues with the Tekken 8 rank system, right? People are talking about the prowess-based matchmaking. People are talking about the distribution of points at higher ranks, like from purple all the way up to God of Destruction. People are not a fan of the one and dones and the lack of a Wi-Fi filter, right? All things that are very frustrating, not being able to re-roll stage, even though you have to play the same person twice, right? You're stuck on the same stage too. If it's a really bad stage for your character, you're cooked, you're fried, or you have to work really hard to win. Those are all real issues. I don't think rank decay or resetting rank every season or every couple months, like every 6 months, is going to really inherently change any of the real issues when it comes to Tekken 8. I don't think that matters. Why? Yeah, why does it need the prowess-based matchmaking change? Rank should be solely based on rank, right? If that's the case, why display Tekken prowess at all? As a newcomer, I'd like to know if I'm playing against someone of a comparable skill, not some Tekken God of Destruction players all. Yeah. Not bad take. Starting off the game, you barely fight high prowess opponents until they're on Garyu, and at that point, where most of the players are stuck red and purple, so their prowess are bound to be somewhat high. In my experience, everyone below blue ranks are hardly human. Red ranks and purple ranks, you can just flowchart. They aren't playing Tekken at all. The high prowess players are at blue and beyond. I'd rather not continually deal with them as a newbie. New players aren't facing blues in this system either. I don't see what your argument is here. It mainly affects people who play multiple characters. I just got my third character, Mighty Ruler, and I generally only fight battle rulers at blue rank on all stages. Yeah, that's what he means. If you're purple and you have 4 or 5 characters in purple, and someone has 2 characters in blue, they're probably better than you at the game. More than likely, right? Because the argument he's getting at is that purples and reds are just flowcharting, and they really don't have to play the Tekken multiplayer game yet. They're playing a single-player game. So with that argument, you're not fighting against people that are similar skilled to you. You're fighting against people better than you. He's right. I'm not going to comment on this. It's none of my fucking business. But I think that Tekken prowess should be reverted first. No, not reverted. I think if you want Tekken rank decay, you should probably want other things first. Tekken rank decay is not the biggest issue. I don't really care about prowess-based matchmaking. It doesn't affect me that much. Like, I just play the game. If it did affect me more, maybe I'd have a stronger opinion. Like, I could see how it's worse for people who have 6 purple ranks and they're only fighting blues now. Like, that sounds like shit. I would be mad. But I don't think that this is a good take. Without any further explanation and saying any rewards or any rhyme or reason why this could be good, I don't think this is just a good take all by itself. Some people would rather not play ranked ever again and just be a beginner and only play casual match. And then if you play casual and you run into them, you're gonna be like, what the fuck, this guy's a smurf. No, he's just not trying to subject himself to this teeter-totter seasonal bullshit, you know? And I think the worst part is, if you're a perennial beginner and we don't have prowess matchmaking, and you're gaining Tekken prowess in casual match, you're just gonna beat people up in casual match. Because you don't have any prowess, and you're a beginner rank. So you're gonna be way too good for the players you're fighting, and you're basically gonna be a perennial smurf. That's not good. Because that's gonna stop some people from wanting to play rank. That's fair, that's a totally valid point. I'm not a big fan of rank decay without any rhyme or reason, and especially at all levels of play. Because some people want to sit at their rank and not play anymore. I think that this is the best idea. This would be fire beyond Bushin. I think everyone should be reset to Tekken King every season. If you're Tekken God of Destruction to Tekken King, you should be reset to Tekken King every season. If this is the system we're looking for, you can raise for like a cool skin, title, an avatar piece, and like, I don't know, bragging rights. But everyone below that, like, leave them alone. They're trying their hardest. You leave them be. Should I play some Tekken? I already have my stick plugged in, right? Let's play some Tekken.